Dre Greenlaw, linebacker for the 49ers, was hurt. De'Vondre Campbell, who's been in the league for the past 7 or 8 years, was signed basically to play while Dre Greenlaw was injured. Now, Dre Greenlaw came back, and so De'Vondre Campbell hasn't been playing.
A hell of a player.
Right? Right, yeah. Exactly, right? But you're not saying, wait a minute, why am I being benched? Why is that? Dre Greenlaw's really good.
That guy's back.
Right? So De'Vondre Campbell was signed to come in to play for him, but now Greenlaw's in, he's playing. So in the third quarter tonight, Dre Greenlaw got hurt and came out of the game. Okay, coaches wanted to send De'Vondre Campbell into the game, except one thing. Just one thing. One thing stopped him from being in the game. One thing stopped that. Just one thing. One thing.
Well, it can't be the thing that we normally would
No.
cite.
Normally I would say, because he stinks. No, one thing stopped it. He said he didn't want to play.
Oh.
Refused to go into the game. And if you watch the game, you saw on the broadcast that he was being escorted to the locker room. Wait a minute. What? All of this happened? Here's 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan talking about it just a couple of moments ago.
Happened with De'Vondre Campbell. He didn't play, and he went into the locker room at some point.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to play today.
Play today?
Yep.
The coaching staff?
He did when I asked him why he didn't want to go in. So.
During the game or before?
No, that was in the third quarter.
No. Yeah, we want you to go in the game. No, I don't feel like it. I don't want to play. I'm upset. Yeah.
I mean, we have precedents. I mean, remember Vontae Davis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Miami Dolphins walked off.
Now I'm done.
Halftime decided he was done.
I'm done.
Deontay Johnson wouldn't go into a game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Suspended a game.
Antonio Brown took his shirt off and ran off the field.
The jumping Jags.
And the Jets still lost that game. A guy quit in the middle of the game, and the Jets still lost that game. They still lost.
AB 84.
Again, what did I tell you last night? Some teams, when controversy happens, they can still fight through it. But look, you have this situation now, and likely you didn't really know his name before tonight, De'Vondre Campbell. Obviously 49ers fans did, but this is a guy who wouldn't go in a game when his team needed him. And I understand there's things that go on that we don't know about. Who knows what was said? I get that. But you got to go in the game when you're asked. You can't not go in. This is no longer about how you feel about your situation. This is, hey, man, why did you dress for the game if you didn't want to play? Coach, they would have elevated somebody from the practice squad that would have come up and play. You're out here. Everybody's putting their bodies on the line every single week. This is the biggest week. This is the biggest game of the year, right? You were 6-7, needed to win to get to 7-7, keep things close in the NFC West. You didn't want to play? Like his teammates, like I saw Mooney Ward do an interview and he just said, yeah, we needed him when D got hurt, Dre Greenlaw. We need him. Yeah, he'll probably be cut soon. It's not going to matter. Like Mooney Ward is just saying, hey, it's probably going to be cut soon. Hey, it's going to be cut soon. What does it matter?
Only business, never personal.
What does it matter?
Drafted in 2016 by the Falcons. Last 5 games, at least 5 tackles in each of them. 5 tackles in that win against the Jets a week ago. Or 4 days ago, and now it won't report back in a 1-possession game.
Yeah, I am not going to play. I'm not going to play. What do you mean you're not going to play? I don't feel like playing.
I get it. Pride's going to screw with you. We all know the Pulp Fiction lines and everything else, and you think you've earned your spot. That's fine. He's Dre Greenlaw. You were a placeholder, and as a veteran in the league, who's bounced a little bit. You got to understand that. Why you were brought in. You were brought in for depth and to hold a spot while they waited for one of the best linebackers in the game to get back onto the field. And he comes back, he's flying around, needs to come out of a game, and you don't answer the bell in a game that can keep your playoff hopes alive? I'd love his side of the story. Someone go find him in the parking lot. Or wherever he's found himself this evening, kicking his feet up. Because you got a whole locker room full of dudes looking around going, oh, all right. Or maybe he was already that guy. Mm-hmm. Maybe that by just saying, hey, he'll be cut soon enough, like they were already waiting on it.
I don't know. Okay, I shouldn't say I don't know. I understand when what you do for a living doesn't love you back how you want it to, right? I get that. I understand that. I get that part of it because there's lots of things in my life that I loved that I wanted to be loved back more, and it just didn't happen, right? When it's something, when you're talking about something like what you're doing, what your job or something like that professionally, you sometimes your job doesn't love you back,
personally,
right?
it's all together, exactly.
Yeah, but this is on the
energy
field.
that you put in.
This is personally on the field. You put your whole life into this, and suddenly it doesn't love you back. And you think of it from your perspective only, and I'm not playing. I should be playing. They're doing this to me. Whatever reason, I don't know. Because we haven't heard from him yet. But I understand feeling that way because I think everybody gets to that point in their life where they love something that doesn't love them back like they should, and that's a tough thing to deal with. And again, like I'm saying, I understand the frustration part of it, but this is about they asked you to go in the game. This is refusing to report to work. So, okay, you're done. You want to report to work, guess what? We're going to cut you, and good luck with somebody else picking you up. This is a guy that signed a 5-year, $50 million contract a couple of years ago, got released in May, and signed with the 49ers on a 1-year deal this year. It's if you refuse to report to work, what else can you say? Hey, wait a minute! Now this is more than just about new. Now you're dragging me into your stuff, right? You're dragging the Niners defense. You're dragging this team. You're dragging the city. You're dragging 53 teammates. You're dragging a coaching staff. You're dragging a team. You're dragging a city. The 49ers mean a lot to a lot of people, and because you decide I don't feel like playing for whatever reason. No, dude, that's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do is quit on your team. And that's why by 9 a.m. tomorrow, I'm sure they're looking over his contract right now. I'm sure that right now John Lynch is, I gotta stay up after this. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm 60. All right, what am I doing? Look at this. What do we have to do to let this guy go? Because he's going to be an ex-49er. And as far as we know, everything we've heard, there's been no out things outside the box of the reason why was he wouldn't go into the game, and the 49ers were talking about it after the game. Kyle Shanahan is talking about it after the game, and so now this is how it has to go forward. When you refuse to go to work, of course you have to be gone. And because you now not only have let yourself down, I feel like I'm giving a Dr. Phil speech. You let yourself down, you let your family down, you let me down, putting you on the show here. But you let everybody you work with down. This was the biggest game of the year. Again, the Niners window is shut. You had to win tonight to keep it open. And you not going into the game, what are we going to do now? He says he doesn't want to go in a game. Who can go in? Who can go play that position? And right away, Rams coach is up in the box going, hey, Campbell's not in the game. They got so-and-so in. He has never played that position before because, hey, let's go at him. Let's do this. They knew within 2 plays what was going on here. Hey, what? Hey, Campbell's wouldn't go in the game. Greenlaw is out. They have this going on. They move this around. Let's go at it. Let's attack it. That's the level with which he let his team down. And at that, it's, yes, you have to look at that bigger than yourself for that moment. If you want to be pissed off the other 6 days of the week and be mad and come to practice and have whatever attitude you want to and treat, hey, okay, but when it's time to play, you got to put all that aside. You got to put everything else aside. There's days where you and I come in where we haven't had the best day. Tyshirt, Frostberg, Monsi, because she's bet on a lot of games and, it doesn't come in for it. But there's days we haven't had the best days for whatever reason. But what do when someone says that to me, I always say the same thing. When the door closes and the light goes on, nobody cares what kind of day you had. Mm-hmm. And it's time to get out there and do what we do. And this is entertain people and say really, really tremendously funny and pithy things like we do.
Yeah. Full insight and entertainment.
You have to put whatever is bothering you to the side, because this is not about you anymore. This is about all of us doing the show and Fox Sports Radio and people listening and our affiliates and everything else. You have to put that away. And if we want to go back to that at 11:02 when we get off the air, hey, okay, you go back to that. I understand that there's stuff and life happens. There's things going on. But when it's the game, because it's about more than just you. And I would think that everybody who has played in the NFL would understand that. Anybody who's ever played sports would understand that, hey, it's about more than me. When you're playing a team sport, it's about more than me. It's about this. And I want to come in here and do well because I want to succeed, but I want to succeed because I'm doing it with my friends and people I like. And for him to walk off the field and just be escorted off, I don't want to go in the game. Come on, man. That's the worst thing you can do. Is it really worth it? Was it really worth it to tell the coaches, I don't want to go play, and you walk off the field? Come on, man. Come on.
Folks go through a lot, right? We've been together a long time on this show. A lot of highs, a lot of lows off the proverbial court or field, as it were. But you know what? Show goes on. Sports. I mean, just look at that 49ers squad. Ward, who had the, hey, that's some sucker move there. He lost his daughter. He's battling.
Mm-hmm.
Trent Williams, mentioned it, he and his wife. They just lost a child. Trying to battle back from an ankle injury. All of that. Ricky Pearsall got shot, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude's running around and playing. So all of that to say, you've got people that are laying it on the line for the team, for their profession, everything else. And maybe he just decided, hey, I've made enough money. I don't need this. I'm done. You have 4 games to finish this year.
Or at least finish this game.
Or finish the game.
Finish this game and you're going to
give me what you got, and
we'll
then
get somebody else. We'll get somebody else to play linebacker.
Yeah,
okay,
whether you're
fine.
mad at your coaches, your position coach, or whatever the case is, you take that beef back to the locker room post game, and then you hash it out. And if you guys decide to, shake hands or do the Vegas blackjack dealer thing, hey, I got nothing up my sleeve, I clap my hands and I walk out the door, that's fine. But you can't do this. And this is a message for everybody out there, right? All of our extended family, wherever you're listening, however you're listening, we appreciate and love you. Hold your people accountable at your jobs too, damn it.
He's now, guys, the second person in the NFL to quit on his team this year.
Stop. Don't say. I know what you're going to. All right, go ahead and say it. It'll be funny. Go ahead.
Rodgers!
Okay.
That was a pretty good impression of that, too.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Now, I told you Mooney Ward had something to say. And again, you mentioned this is a guy who lost his daughter a couple of months ago. And he, is finding a way back and playing. And you think about everybody that you need to be beholden to. Hey, this is who I'm in it with you, man. And here's Mooney Ward. Like I told you, he said, he'll be cut soon. Here's the Mooney Ward comments when he was told about what happened with De'Vondre Campbell. Here we go.
He's a professional. He's been playing for a long time. If he didn't want to play, he shouldn't have dressed out. He could have told him that before the game. So I feel like there was some sucker shit that he did. Definitely hurt the team because, D went down. And we needed a linebacker,
There it is. We need a linebacker. He said no, wouldn't do it. Then he went on to say, he'll be cut sometime soon.
That's some sucker stuff there.
Yeah, it's some sucker stuff from him right there.
No, but the look on his face, right? We've seen the video clip and resolute to a man. They're only going to go so far down this rabbit hole. Because he could have gone off on a tirade right there. As we say, all these guys dealing with different things, as you all do, going to your jobs each and every day, man. There's 2 different worlds. There's your business, there's your personal, and where those lines meet and how you go about your day. In this case, you're fighting for the playoffs. You're in that rarefied air of playing in the National Football League on a team that's still contending, right? And even if you're not, finish the damn game.
Just play in one game. You want to leave, just finish this game. Play in this game and then go. And then
that's
say,
what Ward
I'm
said.
done.
It's all right, he could have decided before the
done.
game.
Really,
what the hell? All of a sudden you didn't like being rained on in the third quarter. It's you know what? Really kind of tired of this.